Mr. Lumkile Mondi, you are former chief economist of IDC, a very important institution that government uses for developmental purposes in the country, and you've been involved in the implementation of some of the policies of government. What is it that's making it difficult for South Africa's economy to grow at a much faster rate than it is now, notwithstanding all the policies and programs that we have?
It's risk-taking. We're unable to really take the risks that the other countries that have succeeded in developing quickly. China used state to succeed, so did Korea, so did Japan. In South Africa, we were very doubtful. We relied initially on what people have called neoliberal policies under the growth, employment and redistribution strategy. And lately, we've got a state that said can do things, but that state doesn't have the initial human capital. For you to succeed as a state, you need human capital. And China, South Korea, Japan, America, US, Britain did very well because they had human capital. South Africa doesn't, unfortunately. There's a few of us who can be able to assist the state to succeed.
And the deputy president has just returned from China, where he led a delegation to study how the state-owned enterprises operate there. We've got a whole challenge here in South Africa regarding those. So do you think that this trip will yield any fruit for them?
Not really. This is like another trip again. You know, Tim, one thing that people forgot, under Mandela, there was a huge delegation that went to Asia that spent lots of weeks in Asia trying to understand the model. And we had some as a transit at the time. And we had plans. And basically the government decided that, it's going to embark on its own path, and they did. And unfortunately, the economic advice is not listened to. Until South Africans, particularly black South Africans, understand that it's the economy. It's not the power and the politics. It's the economy that will ensure that your people can come out of poverty. And we haven't realized in South Africa. We think the politics will make us succeed, and therefore it's easy for us to redirect the resources of the state and misuse them in certain cases, and failed dismally with the 2% growth rate that we have. So it's economics. We need to invest in human capital. We need to ensure that economics drives the politics, not the other way around, where the politics drive the economics, and hope that business will follow. That's why business is investing. It's because there's too much politics and less business. You saw in Britain recently with Cameron. Cameron instituted huge austerity programs in the first 5 years, which hurt a lot of the British people. But because he stayed the course economically, the British people voted him in majority. Labour lost a lot because they didn't provide any alternative. And the Conservatives said, you know what, it's austerity, we'll continue with it, we'll do the right things, we'll save this much, and do the right things. The ANC doesn't do that. The ANC spend, promises. You need to take a bold step and drive growth and support business and let business fail. If they fail, you took a risk on them, they let you down. Then you can punish them.
Sure. Thanks very much for talking to us.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.